Hello everyone, I'm finally doing episode 5 of Ghost After Dark. Here's hoping that the audio doesn't get fucked up like last time. And this episode is special because hopefully, I say hopefully, in that I won't procrastinate or be too tired to upload this on my birthday. Well, by the time this is up, I will be 23 years old. I'm a boomer. Technically speaking, like the two main things associated with old people, back pain and losing hair. That's stuff that's already happened to me, so I'm a boomer at 23 years old. Which I guess makes sense because, you know, I already mentioned the whole back pain, hair loss, scared of kids on TikTok. I'm not even kidding. Well, I'm not exactly, it's not like I have like a fear of kids on TikTok like my arachnophobia, but like some people say, oh, kids on TikTok scare me. Some people scare me on TikTok, just their viewpoints are just But we're not gonna focus on that today. I'm not looking to be canceled today. And let's just focus on the fact that I am 23 years old. I've somehow made it to this point in time. And yeah, this is going to be the drawing that I'm working on of my original character Molly. She's a succubus and she pretty much fucks anything that moves. I mean, that's kind of the big spiel with her. She'll fuck anything that moves. But yeah, she's very hypersexual, hedonistic, that sort of thing. And if you don't know what hedonistic is, basically, in a sexual sense, only does it for pleasure, not out of love. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear some background noise. It's just me adjusting my headphones because they're kind of broken. I need to get new ones, but I just haven't bothered to. Yeah, Molly, she's a very fun character. She just has a very big sexual appetite. I mean, that's kind of to be expected since she is a succubus, so, but yeah. Been playing Genshin a whole lot recently. Mainly because it allows me to, like, unwind, and I just like exploring. It's something relaxing to me. It reminds me of my old home back in Washington, where I'd go exploring in the woods. I had to fix my headphones. Hold on. Sorry, as you can see, I am very professional in the fact that my headphones are broken and I had to fix them. But, yeah, Genshin's just been a lot of fun to me. Just a time to relax, to get away from fandom bullshit. I mean, the Genshin fandom on, like, TikTok and Twitter is I don't even want to get involved in that. And somehow again, we're back on the topic of people on TikTok and why. But yeah, I basically just play it on my PS4 and just pretend that that whole fandom just doesn't exist. Even though my luck in gacha lately has been shit, and I haven't been getting good items and I keep getting the same characters. Another thing that I've found interesting lately is analog horror. Well, it's not exactly a recent thing. Like, my thing for analog horror isn't exactly a recent thing. I'd say, I can't remember when I got into it. I can't even remember what the first series I got into was. I can't remember if it was Local 58 or Channel 7 by Tempest Universe, I think that's the user. Can't remember which. One of them popped up in my recommended. Yeah, that's been a whole thing I've gotten into. Yeah, somewhere along the way I got into analog horror, either through Local 58 or Channel 7. And it's been a whole thing, and I've gotten into multiple series. Like, right off the top of my head, I can name some series that I've gotten into. There's Local 58, I've already mentioned that, Channel 7, Analog Archives, Eventide Media Center, Genesis Home Entertainment, Surreal Broadcast, Monument Mythos. I've seen a lot of videos on that recently. There was another series, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was CRT something. I'm cheating. Look at me. Look at how obviously I'm cheating. Because I can't be fucked to do this line. It doesn't even come out that good, honestly. Oh, and then recently there's been a whole bunch of buzz about the Mandela catalog. I've watched that. And I've watched a few one-shot videos. Like, there was this one really good one. I can't remember the title of it, but it was basically surrounding the fact that there were these missing women, and it took a really creepy turn. It's just something that I watch and it interests me. I don't think I'd be able to choose a favorite out of all of them. So they all got something interesting to bring to the table. I'm probably forgetting a series or two. I think I've listed them all. Oh yeah, there's also the Minerva Alliance, but I haven't actually watched that series. Like, I've heard of it, but I haven't actually watched it. It's always interesting, like, watching videos, like, theorizing about story being told in each of the analog horror series. So yeah, that's been an interest of mine that I haven't really talked about it much, but it's got my attention. I've just seen a lot of reactions to, like, the Mandela catalog recently. That's why I'm bringing it up now. Other than that, well, my main fandom, I guess, would be Hitalia, but I haven't really seen much activity going on. Like, there probably are events going on, but I'm just not in the know of it. Not how you draw fingers, me. What are you doing? You probably noticed, like, if you follow me on Tumblr, because that's where I post most of my stuff, that I've been slow with uploading art. That's because I've been taking it slow and sort of procrastinating. Let's see, other things to talk about. I mean, I can't really talk about, like, if I've gotten into any new anime seasons, because I haven't. I forgot to take my antidepressants for like 2 to 3 days. Don't worry, I'm back on them, but I was a hot mess during that time. I'm still trash. I mean, is that a surprise to anyone ever? Actually, there is something I could talk about. So during that time that I was a hot mess and not on my medication, I realized something. I realized that I should have probably seen it coming that I would simp for problematic characters when I was in high school, and I was into Ori no Seraph, or Seraph of the End, and I got my friend into it. Basically, when I was into Ori no Seraph, I created a character who was low-key a self-insert, and I low-key paired him with Third Bathory. I think that should have been a red flag as to the type of characters that I would simp for and just, I don't know, be nasty for in the future. And yet, if you would have asked me if I was a villain fucker back then, I would have said no. What? I don't do that. I'm not like that. I'm perfectly normal and fine. Even though what is basically my Ori no Seraph self-insert is shit with Third Bathory. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not slick past me. So it's weird to me when I like see discourse around antagonistic characters. Like, I saw discourse over Raiden Shogun from Genshin, like when she was first released. People simping for her, cause and whatnot. Like, I saw discourse surrounding that, and I've always found that weird. Like, why are you creating discourse over fictional characters that people happen to like? Like, just because a person likes a villain in a story doesn't mean that they are that villain. Like, I freaking adore Julius from Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, but that doesn't mean I'm anything like him. And it doesn't mean that he would like me in real life. He'd probably want to kill me in real life. But that's the beauty of fictional characters and fictional works. You can ship yourself with a big baddie and not have to worry about being hurt in real life. I don't know, it just seems weird to me that people would start discourse over that. It just seems like they're starting discourse just for the sake of having discourse. Like, you guys already know from my problematic faves video that I have some faves that they're not good people. They'd probably try to kill me in real life. And I know for a fact that some would, if they were real. But they aren't. And I can write whatever I want. I can write myself, like, whatever self-insert I have, fucking them. And I don't have to worry about actual damage that I can get in real life. if I tried to pursue a relationship with them in real life, which I wouldn't. I don't know, people online are weird. I say that as a weirdo. Local internet weirdo finds people on the internet weird. You're probably wondering what my plans for the new year will be. And to be honest, I don't know. I honestly don't know what my plans for New Year will be. I mean, obviously I'm gonna finish my Roman video, but hopefully I don't think I'll be able to finish it this month because I have to re-record some stuff and still have to do some art assets, and then the background music. That background music. That's going to kill my laptop. Like, it's already over an hour long. And then I have to do all the re-recording, add in more art assets, with the background music, and then I have to export the thing. RIP my laptop. Just F's in the chat for my laptop. And of course I have some ideas for more Let's Plays and some fanfiction readings. I want to try and fix up my VTuber avatar sometime so I can use it. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have any plans besides that. I mean, I've thought about getting into like animation, making animatics, but the thing is, it takes forever for me to do it, to just finish one frame. And then by the time I get a small number of frames done, I'm just like, I don't want to do this, and I just quit the project. Like, I have animatics, like some animatics that I've wanted to make, and then after a few frames I'm just like, I'll touch this later. Later doesn't come for like ever. And then I see it again in my art folder, I don't really feel like doing it. It just stays there for months. And that's basically what happens to every animatic that I've tried to make. So if you're ever wondering, like, if I'm ever gonna post any animations or whatever, maybe someday, but this is currently what happens to most of my animatic projects that I have in mind. And I have good ideas, don't get me wrong, it's just getting the motivation to actually do them is... Someone asked me on Tumblr a while back if I'm ever gonna play more Heta games in the future. I'm honestly not sure, because most Heta games, Italia fan games that I know of, are made for PC, and there's not really a way for Mac users to play them. Like, I know I used to use a program a while back, when I had my old Mac, play some Heta games, but I haven't been able to find that program, so unless a Mac user like myself can play them, future's kind of bleak in that regard. But I have other games that I want to play. Like, I've already mentioned a couple of them are my problematic faves, but they'd have to be age restricted. But like non-age restricted games, I have some ideas. I think after I finish the line art on this, I'm gonna go back to my Pinterest board. If you guys remember from a past episode, I showed you guys Pinterest. Why did I say Pinterest? Why did I say it like that? I just realized I said it like that. When I almost never say it like that. What am I doing, me? What are you doing? I'm not drunk. I swear I'm not. So why'd you say it like that? Why'd you say it like that? But basically, if you remember from like a past episode, I can't remember which, I showed you guys this sort of kidcore / nostalgia core Pinterest board that I have with my super secret Pinterest account, where I basically save stuff that reminds me of what life used to be for me back in the day. Back in my day. It's the boomer. It's basically a boomer board. A boomer board. That's a funny name. I just looked over the video and audio that I just recorded, and I recorded like 40 minutes of that, so that's 40 minutes of audio and video I'm gonna have to look through. But yeah, we're basically gonna be going through the boomer board, and I'm gonna be pointing out stuff that I remember when I was a youngin'. There we go. Now it's time to go through the boomer board. Oh, first I should probably put everything in a folder. Now we can go through the boomer board. Alright, we're back on the boomer board. And as you can see, there have been additions. Yay! So let's go through them. I had one of these as a kid. I actually had a whole bucket or pail full of crayons, and just this with the built-in sharpener. Yes. I had one of these, but it kept getting tangled. I have no idea what this is, honestly. Like, I've seen it in, like, dollar stores, but I don't know what this is. Can anybody tell me what this is? I still see these at stores around where I live. And this, I saved this here because I'm not even lying. I had a desk that looked almost exactly like this. Like, there were some changes, like, there were some differences, obviously, but, like, almost exactly like this desk. And, of course, I'm gonna open this. Sorry you can hear background noise, but this. Shut the fuck up, dogs. And these, I don't know what these were, but every classroom I swear had these. Video rentals, who else remembers Blockbuster? Hahaha. And then this, like, I'm not even kidding, like, when I was a kid, I had, like, there's a container of this in the cupboard, except it was chocolate, not strawberry. There's always a container of that. And then my dad had one of these for DVDs. And then this, there used to be a Disney store at a mall that my mom would drive me to. Like, obviously it wasn't at this location. Like, I didn't live in Oregon, I lived in Washington as a kid, but you get the drift. And I remember having one of these. I don't know what happened to it. I also remember this, because I've been to Build-A-Bear before. And this, I never played it, but I remember there used to be this Walmart Supercenter that my mom and I would go to before there was one built closer to where I live. And it would have like this arcade area, but my mom would never let me play there. And also this, like I should just open the image. Warning, will explode entire contents when dropped in the hallway. Also, everyone and their mother will be staring at you when you drop it. That's totally not something that's happened to me before. MS Paint. Like, my mom had this really old Gateway laptop and it had MS Paint. I remember using it in middle school. We all start from somewhere. I mean, just look. We all start from somewhere. And then word art. Just gonna open this up. Yes, graphic design is my passion. And then this, hold on. This is literally what my mom's laptop, like when it was turned on, this is what it looked like. And these, I remember these as a kid. I don't know what they were. Were they for some bingo thing? I don't know. Lava lamps, open this up. This lava lamp here looks exactly like one I used to have. And then this, I saved this here because this setup looks exactly like the old setup that back when I lived in Washington, like as a kid, like I remember this whole like setup is very similar to one that was in my living room. Like not exactly, but like very similar. And then this is absolute pain. This is a painful childhood memory, made harder by the fact that I chewed my nails. And then there's also this, because I used to go to a church as a kid. And just, why? If you're one of those kids that did that, why? And also this. Is it bad that I actually remember the advertisement for this? I actually remember the advertisement for this elephant toy. I think I actually had it as a kid. Can't quite remember. Oh, by the way, ignore my YouTube thing. I just realized I should have said that earlier. This was something I was watching earlier. I might continue watching once I'm finished filming. And then these crayon twistables. I had these as a kid. Totally not bragging or anything. And then these 3 books I have. I couldn't find the English version for this, so I just saved Russian image. And then these 2 books I have. I still have them to this day. And then these are obviously Quantum Pad. They go with the Leap Pad system. Basically, I used to have a Leap Pad system that looked very similar to this. And most of the books that I had for it were these Quantum Pad stuff, like the science, smart guides, geography. I very intently remember the human body one. I remember these toys. I think they still sell them. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they do. Did I save this image twice? Possibly. And this, my, the doctor's place that I used to go to from my appointments. They have like one of these. I think a couple of these actually. They might still have them, I think. Several years back when I went there for like the last time I saw it. And then I remember these. I remember when these were in the Happy Meals. Good times. I collected them. And then floppy disks. I think I mentioned in the past episode that my high school's computers were so old they still took floppy disks. And then Lincoln Logs. I remember having those. And then this alarm clock, which my mom still owns one exactly like this. And then this, I have older relatives with cars like this, where you have to roll it down. And then this sharpener, because I remember one year in school, in elementary school, I can't remember which grade, but I know it was elementary, where my teacher had a pencil sharpener exactly like this. I'm gonna open up the image to expose this bitch. Because every time I went to sharpen my pencil, somehow, every time I sharpen the pencil using this thing, somehow the lead would break off. You were the bane of my existence. You have no idea how awkward it is having to stand there, having to sharpen your pencil repeatedly, and then every time you check to see if it's sharp enough and everything, the lead falls off. You're a bitch. Just a painful memory there, but a nostalgic memory regardless. Mood rings. I remember getting one in Alaska. I don't know what happened to it. And then these coin holders. And I still remember this show. I even remember the theme song for it. And then look at all this. Smoked cigarettes. I still have some actually. Smoked cigars. I've never actually had these. Did cocaine. I have these. Took pills. My mom never let me have these. Shot some people. Drank some beer. I don't actually like root beer, but we're just gonna ignore that. Down some wine at church when I could do it behind my mom's back. I can't remember actually how much of these I've gone through, but bitch of a pencil sharpener. And then I had one of these. This was so cool to have. I don't know what happened to my Viewmaster. I might have donated it. Maybe I can get it again, assuming that it's cheap. It probably isn't. But yeah, as you can see, that's the boomer board for you. And I think that's everything for my birthday special, because I don't know what else to say. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.